Hey everybody, Karen from Ask the Spirit Guides. I hope you're doing great today. So this is part 2 of decoding messages that we've gotten from our spirit teams about April. Okay, so April 2025. I did 2 messages so far. We have 8 total. And so I will put part 1 down here in the corner. If you're brand new to the channel, I would recommend you're welcome to listen to this, but I recommend you do a Start Here playlist up here. It'll kind of explain all the things that we're doing on the channel and what spirit guides are and all that kind of stuff. So here I will put part 1, decoding the first 2 messages. Okay, so we are going to jump right in. We've got message number 3 and 4. There are 8 messages total for, again, what they wanted us to know about April. I did ask for a collective for all of our spirit teams, anyone they knew would be watching this, anyone, all the spirit teams of those in the community, to give us the messages collectively. Okay, so I'm going to give you 3 and 4 today. For message number 3, we have 3 oracle decks to be pulling from to decode the message. Okay, so they want to give us extra messages. And the 4th message for the month, I have 6 oracle cards decks. I'm like, okay, you guys, you're only going to give me like 1 card per deck, right? I can't believe I have 6 of them. Is it 6 or 5? 4, 5, 6. No, I have 6. Just see me without my glasses. I'm like, no, it's 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I got 6. All right. So I'm all ready. You guys ready? So what I'm doing is I have a bullet journal. You can do this on a piece of paper. You don't need a full journal. You could make boxes like this on a piece of paper and do the same thing. I just like it like this so that I can see things. I have a harder time reading things on lists. Like I almost don't want to read it, but I can identify very short little snippets this way. And it's just easier for me to comprehend the information at a glance. It's kind of at a glance. Okay. So this is April. It's April energy, but it's like really messages. So I don't know why I don't think I'm going to do energy for now on. It's just messages that they want us to know for April. Okay. So message number 3 is unrest will happen. Okay, so I'm going to write that in my book. Unrest will happen. Okay, so we're going to use a couple card decks to understand that a little bit more and what they want to tell us. You know, what do they want us to get out of that? What do they want us to get out of the fact that they're telling us unrest will happen? Okay, so the first 2 messages, in case you're just coming into this, but I would encourage you to go watch part number 1 because you'll get the extended what messages they want us to have. The first message is just stay calm. This is for April 2025. And the next one is Jack is coming. They just keep talking about Jack. So, and that's referring to Jack Smith. And so again, you can go to part 1 and find out more information about that. So this one is unrest will happen. Okay. So there's 3 card decks we're going to use. The first one is angels and ancestors. Now I pull out, I don't have my little deck, but in case you're new here, I do have I have about 60 oracle decks. And so I created my own oracle deck of my oracle decks. And so I ask them to tell me which decks they want me to use. Okay. And then I check with my dowsing rods. So then they tell me directly. Okay. So angels and ancestors, oracle of the 7. I love all of these. I love every deck actually. And then earth wisdom. Okay. Earth wisdom oracle. So what I really love about this process is that you may get individual messages as well. That has maybe you're feeling, okay, here's the thing. Unrest will happen. Does that mean collectively unrest will happen? Maybe not. Maybe it's unrest within ourselves, you know? So we can interpret that many, many ways. Many, I don't know, those are the 2 I came up with. So there might be others, but so rather than assuming, like I immediately assumed that's what they were saying. That's just where my head goes right now. Like the collective unrest will happen. But maybe they're just saying, April is still, we're still ramping up, and unrest within ourselves is going to happen, even more. So be prepared for it, type of thing. Okay. So let's go ahead. I'm going to say the prayer that I use. I close my aura to all but my higher self, the God consciousness, my guides, guardians, and all of those of the purest and highest light, and ask Archangel Michael to please protect this channel and this channel, so it is only of the purest and highest light. Amen. Okay, so again, asking all of our spirit teams, whoever's watching this now and in the future, what message do you want us to have about unrest will happen? What is the point of telling us that for April 2025? What is the point of telling us that unrest will happen? We should do an SG session on all these. Like once I get done with the 8, I don't know. It kind of takes a while to go, but it won't be till like the first of, it will probably be, like the middle of next week. No, because I just do one every other day, but we could do an SG. Whoa, okay, that was a lot that fell out. No. That's way too many. That's way too many. Okay, let's just see if what they want is in this deck. Let's see. 1, 2. Oh my Lord. Literally. That is the most. Look at how many are in there. That's too many. Okay, so but those all fell out. Let me just see if the ones they want us to have. So is the card you want us to have in this pile? Yes. Okay. All right, let's go fast through. Let's start the one on the right. Do you want us to have that one? No. Number 2, the second one in? No. Number 3. Number 4, they said no. Number 5, no. Number 6, no. Number 7, yes. Okay, number 8, no. Number 9, no. Number 10, is there a 10? They're like, yes. And I'm like, is there a 10? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So you want us to have 7 and 10? Okay. Is there any others in the deck that you want us to pull? No. Okay. So that's how they did it. They pull, they're like, yep, these are they're going to have to plop all these down just to get those cards out. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Normally I would show you, but there's just too many. We have too many decks to go through today. 5, 6, 7. So this is the 7th and the 10th. Okay. All right. So I'm going to grab those. Okay. Let's see. Again, this has to do with unrest will happen. Okay. Oh boy. Look at this. Really? Who does that remind you of, you guys? Oh my goodness. Let's see if it reminds I'm not even going to say who it reminds me of, but I'm curious to see what you guys say in the chat. That's crazy. Okay. Remember, this is ancestors and angels and ancestors. Hunter, track down your fears and desires. Okay, so unrest. I mean, okay. Does he not look like one of those guys on January 6th? The guy with the horns or whatever. That's who I thought of right away. And of course, this is under unrest will happen. But, my head is there, so that's my bias. So anyone who wasn't aware of January 6th or paying attention or watching that and never saw that image, that it wouldn't be a part of your awareness, right? So that's just, this is why I am not here telling you how to interpret stuff. I want you to interpret stuff because I have my own biases, and my own intuition or whatever. So I had to make some coffee for this session. Click. Okay. All right. So message. Track down all of your fearful thoughts and feelings. When you find them, you will find your desires too. Cool. This might have to do a little bit, it's interesting because we're doing what I'm calling sacred shadows in the spirit circle. and which is the membership for the channel. And some people are like really concerned to do it, and I totally get it. Like it's already feels like a heavy time, but we're already feeling the shadows. I mean, we're already feeling them. So when you find them, so when you can identify what it is you're fearful about, you will find your desires too. So that's really interesting once you can get them up and dissolve them, basically. So the extended message is, instead of being hunted down by your fears or other feelings that you have buried, shadows, become the hunter. You are being given confidence and strength at this time. So use your power to make a difference. You are not here to cower away or live in the shadows. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to share this. I'm going to have to share this specific card with the Spirit Circle now. You are here to realize your fullest potential, but this can only occur when you step up and do what needs to be done. When this card arises, there could be an opportunity to face an aspect of your past or bring closure to a situation that has been haunting you. If you are a man or identify as male, this card represents your masculinity and an opportunity to know yourself more deeply. If you are a female or identify as female, this card represents your capacity to be strong and powerful and overcome limitations. Very cool. Okay, so unrest will happen. That so far is not like unrest on the streets will happen. Okay. What that is telling me, that's how I'm reading it, is that we are going to continue to have unrest, and which is really shocking to me because I immediately thought when I got those messages, it was about unrest on the street. So it's just, I'm just really happy that I'm being open-minded about that, because I just immediately thought that. I didn't question it until this very moment. So track down all your fearful thoughts and find them. So hunt the hunter. I'm just going to put in my book, the hunter. The hunter. Hunt for your fears and find them. And then I'm going to put shadow work, which is totally amazing because that is what we're doing. We just started yesterday. So, and it will always be in the Spirit Circle. So there may be a point if people are not in the Spirit Circle that will, that I'll put it together as a package and sell it separate from the Spirit Circle. So if you're not interested in coming into the membership, you'll be able to do it once it's over. But it'll always be in the Spirit Circle for any time people are wanting to join. Okay, so that's really cool. I'm really happy with that. All right. Here is the next one. Again, unrest will happen. Okay. I kind of like that we have male and female energy. So Shield Maiden, make plans and focus. Make plans and focus. Unrest will happen. Make plans and focus. So let's see what that has to do with unrest. Shield Maiden. Where might I find her? This book is interesting because it's not divided. A lot of the books are by alphabetical order, but this one is Sacred Ones. So I'm wondering if she's a sacred one. And then once you get to that category, then they are alphabetical, but it's hard to know. Obviously there's angels here. Okay, so she's not a sacred one. And then the next category is, the next category, sorry, thank you for your, she is in that one. Okay. All right. So have a plan or strategy in place before moving forward. That's the message, okay? The extended message is taking some time to assess what your next steps will be. All great warriors have a plan. You are a sensitive being, and if you are not prepared for the tasks you are taking on, you could end up feeling exposed and helpless. The ancestor guidance that is coming to you now is a reminder that you have a warrior's heart and that you have it within you to be more prepared and focused than you have been recently. So have a strategy in place and then let your guides support you as you move forward. Okay, so I am not feeling, for me, something to necessarily put in here. I think I'm going to put Shield Maiden. Shield. I'm just going to write her down. I'm just not feeling that that is something that I needed to hear, but I could be wrong, which is why I'm going to write it down and see if it comes up later. Have a plan or strategy in place before moving forward. Have a plan. So let me know what you're writing down. If you are, let me know what you're writing down under unrest will happen. So it's kind of interesting, like unrest will happen. Have a plan or strategy in place. So how are you interpreting that? Have a plan or strategy in place. Maybe it's to have a strategy in place for when let's just say you are doing shadow work, then, or you're having feelings anyway. So have a plan in place of how you're going to deal with those. Are you going to spend 5 minutes a day meditating? Are you going to, because I'm really not getting a sense at this moment, although I could be wrong, that it's based on these cards. Well, we'll see what the other two decks say. Based on these cards, I'm not getting a sense that it's about unrest in the streets. I don't know. What do you guys think? But that was just one deck. Okay. I might have to pick it up a little bit. Or not. Yeah, why not? Why? Why? I like spending time with you. I just really enjoy this process so much that, why rush through it, You can always pause if it's too much at one time. Just pause and come back. Okay, so now we're using Oracle of the 7 energies. Okay. I will ask that they kind of keep it, especially with the next one. I can see why they have 6 decks for the next one, but I'm going to ask for 1 card each because that's a little silly. Okay, so what do you guys have for us regarding unrest will happen? Unrest will happen. I could just say, give me 1 deck too. I think I did. I think I asked. It's pretty funny. They're like, you can't rush this process. Okay, so what do you have for, unrest will happen. It's like, I get 1, so why fish for another one, right? I just want to make sure. Okay, let me ask. Is this the message you want us to have? Regarding unrest will happen. Yes. Is there any others? Oh, goody. Oh, goody. Just 1. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's see what this is. Oh, okay. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is a 12. So 48, 4 plus 8 is 12. I had to count on my fingers. And then what is that line going down there? I wonder, it's just part of the design. Okay, well, so 4 plus 8 is 12, 1 plus 2 is 3, so a 3 card. And burst of magic. Okay, so how I'm intuiting this without even reading the book is if we go through this unrest period of hunt for your fears and find them, and then good things will happen, but basically is what they were saying. Then you'll have your desires. Have a plan and a strategy in place for dealing with those feelings. Then you will have a burst of magic. That's kind of how I'm intuiting it. What do you think before I read a little bit more from the book? Okay, so let's see. This is regarding an epiphany, a sudden higher knowing, a sense that everything has a purpose, your purpose as a gift bestowed upon you, cultivating conscious contact with a higher power, coming to know what calls to you and lights you up. Very cool. And the more shadow work you do, meaning just the more you deal with your feelings, that's really, the more you deal with your feelings and clear them, because I'm doing clearings once a week for our shadow work. That if the more you can clear them, the more bursts of magic you're going to have in your life, because you're not weighed down, by the knots, by the heaviness of things. So you can have epiphanies, a sudden higher knowing. You open up your intuition more when you can release the things that have been in your body and in your mind for so long because of trauma or things that happen, even just little things that happen that you hung on to. If you don't kind of uncover those, it can be difficult to have bursts of magic in your life. So I'm going to put result, burst of magic. So I'm going to put, as a result of the things we just wrote, is a burst of magic. So that's what I'm going to put in my book. Okay. All right, let's see. We have one more deck. Let's see what else they want to tell us. So what are you going to put in your book regarding like that whole series? Okay, so this is Earth Wisdom. I will link all of these below if you want to check these decks out. Okay. So Earth, I believe I got this deck from somebody in the community. Thank you very much. All right, Earth Wisdom. Okay. What else do you want us to know about unrest will happen? Unrest will happen. What do you want us to know about unrest will happen? Whoa, okay, that one flew. I'm much more confident when they fly out like that. Okay. So, are there any other messages you want us to have from this deck about unrest will happen? No. Do you want us to look at this card? Yes. Okay. All right. So, nice. This kind of leads into the next message. Okay, so this is an 8. Oh, there's a lot of glare. A lot of glare on this one. See if you pick up anything, any messages for yourself there. That is a lily, isn't it? Do you think that's a lily? Or a lotus? White lotus? Some of you are like, why? Why does it matter if it's a white lotus? 8, divine connection. Okay, so now again, the more we work on ourselves through this unrest, there's bursts of magic from working on yourselves, clearing this thing. I really want the spirit circle to listen to this part for people who are concerned. And divine connection. So you can increase that divine connection the more we clear. I got stuff to clear. That's why I'm kind of excited about the shadow work. I mean, I am and I'm not, It might be a month of having to feel it, but maybe if I can just feel it now and then, it's not that they won't pop up again, but, then more bursts of magic or more my divine connection might sharpen, Okay, sorry about the glare on this. Oh, it is a white lily. Okay. Okay. Oh, no, I said lotus, didn't I? So it is a white lily. Okay. Oh, so white lily opens the crown chakra, raises awareness, and encourages enlightenment. Selenite supports connection with the divine. Okay, so this, if you're like, maybe a stone might help you right now. Selenite could be a message for you. Instead of looking externally for guidance, which can be open to misinterpretation, or put you at the mercy of someone else's agenda, focus on strengthening your own connection with the divine. That is the best, most reliable North Star, the guiding source that you can always follow even through the darkest night. Awesome. Okay, so I am going to put, just kind of as a result again of this, I'm going to put result. I'm going over to the box. Okay, result again of that shadow work is divine connection. Okay. Okay, well, let me know what you think about that message. Do you think I'm interpreting that correctly? Because like I said, I really was interpreting it like unrest is going to be in the streets. But I'm learning now that you cannot always take their messages as just your bias, your face at face value. You know, there's like many ways to look at things, you know. Okay, so the second message we're going to be working on today is, this was the fourth message for the month, trust you are supported by God. Pretty cool, huh? Trust you're supported by God. And so here are the 6 decks they wanted me to use. So the Sacred Forest, Rumi, Yogic Path, which I have not used yet at all, Feminine Wisdom, Earth Wisdom, which we just used, and Medicine Wisdom, or Medicine Woman. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm going to write number 4, trust you are supported by God. So again, that's a message they want us to remember this month. Trust you are supported by God. Okay, let's just go ahead and use Earth Wisdom again, since we were just here. Okay, that was the only overlap they had. Okay, so what message do you want us to have about trust that we're supported by God for April 2025? Why is that a message you wanted us to have this month? Why is that a message you wanted us to have? Okay, let's just see if it's one of those. Okay, did we pull the message you wanted us to have? Yes. Are there any others in the deck? No. Okay, what about the one on the right? Yes. And what about the one on the left? No. Okay, good. They're honoring my 1 card per deck. Maybe. We'll see. Okay, so just 1. Okay, let's see what this is. Oh, okay. Oh boy. There we go. So what do you see? How does that make you feel? I love it. Okay, trust you are supported by God. Joy. So 26, 2 plus 6 is 8. So it's an 8 card. Okay, so let's see what we want to put down for that. 26. I kind of like, this book is kind of fun because look at how short I like the long messages. Rumi's book is so long, but look at how short these are. Sometimes it's just kind of refreshing to get a shorter message. Oh, that was even in Spanish, I think. Oh, that's cool. I didn't realize there were multiple languages in here. Okay. So 26. Okay. 26, dandelion. Heals anger, clears physical and energetic toxins, and releases personal power. Garnet encourages a passion for life. Garnet must be a stone. So physical, spiritual, mental, and emotional toxins strangle a natural joy of life. Clear the toxins in this situation to access your joy. Being joyful also grounds you in your own personal power, reveals your passions, understand the dearest wishes of your soul, and find the confidence to make them come true. Okay, so trust you are supported by God. So what are you going to write down for that? So I am going to, as kind of a message for me, it really does have to continue with this shadow work for the month. Heal anger. So I'm actually going to put heal. I'm not going to put heals. I'm going to say heal anger. You know, I'm just going to work on that. Clear physical and energetic toxins. And it also says, and release personal power. I don't know about that one. I'm not really resonating with release personal power. I don't really kind of understand what that means. I don't want to release my personal power, but so I'm interpreting it a certain way. So, okay, so that's what I wrote is heal anger, clear physical and energetic toxins. And trust while I'm doing that I'm supported by God. Okay, so that's how I'm going to interpret that one. Okay, let's use a deck here we haven't used yet. Okay, so we've got Sacred Forest. I don't think I've ever used this one since I got it either. I love it. That's one thing that's fun about this process is you get to, we get to utilize different decks. Yeah, I don't think I've used this one. I've cleansed it and the energy of it, but I haven't used it. Fun. Look at the backside. Cool. Are they all like that? Yep. In the front. Cool. Okay. Maybe that was the message. I know they do that in tarot, like if they, whatever card they'll open. I've never done it that way before. Let me just try. I'm just going to say, I'm going to shuffle here, and then I'm going to split the deck. And let's just say, I'm going to ask if either message, I'm not going to look, is on underneath. They'll probably say yes, but we'll see. I don't know. Or no. So is the message you want us to have from this deck under the last card under either of these decks? Aha, okay, all right. Is it the deck on the right? Yes. Is it the deck on the left? No. So the card, that's the last card facing down on the right under that deck. Are there any others in this deck? Okay, all right, well that was fun. Okay, so this is the one that was facing down. Secret Spring. Oh my gosh, I love these cards. Success. So pretty. I especially like that they're not shiny because it doesn't help with the light above. Okay, well oh, are you kidding me? This was the card where I was like, oh, that's the card that they'll, and I reshuffled and did it, and it was this card, you guys. I just showed it to you. Okay, that just blows my mind. I showed it to you, and I was like, okay, I'm going to shuffle. That's just, okay. And I made a joke. I was like, oh, that's probably the card they wanted us to have. That blows my mind. Okay, so what does it say? Oh, there we go. Spirit Guardian of Summer, expansion. Beautiful. So it's a number 37, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's an 11 because you don't reduce 11. So this is number 11. I haven't been writing down the numbers. So number 11. Okay. My mom would tell me not to do that with my teeth. Okay. Expansion. So trusting you're supported by God. You do these things. You do this shadow work. You have a plan in place to support yourself while you're doing it. You're healing anger. You're clearing physical and energetic toxins. You're trusting you're supported by God. And guess what you get? Expansion. It's kind of how I'm seeing it. Let me know what you think. Again, this is just my interpretation. The goal on this channel is you use your interpretation. I'm just the catalyst to get you to think about stuff, okay? All right. In the sacred forest, the spirit guardian of summer has arrived. Large clumps of purple berries hang heavy on the vine. The apple trees are laden with shiny, ripe red fruit. The droning of the bees fills the forest. The grass is high. The forest is alive with the heady scent of flowers. The spirit guardian of summer says, work with passion. Don't hold back. Take positive steps in the direction of your dreams now in order to reap the harvest later. Your hard work will result in abundance, bounty, and beauty. Celebrate, enjoy the fruits of your labor. So that's how I'm just going to put expansion. Expansion. I'm going to actually write result again. Expansion. Just to remind myself that a result of this shadow work that we're doing, that I don't know. I think it's really interesting because people are questioning why I decided to do shadow work. Well, I've kind of been, since I started this particular channel, I've been following my intuition the whole time. Like, I'm not even like, it's just what comes to me. And if I get excited about it, I do it. And I happen to clean off a bookshelf to move some furniture around. And I forgot this workbook I had was the shadow workbook that we're using. And I forgot about it. And I pulled it out. I was cleaning out. I moved my books from one room to the next. And I had forgotten about it. And the minute I saw it, I was like, oh, that's what we're going to do in April. So I've just been following my intuition. And it looks, based on these cards, and this is just an example how you can follow your own intuition, for other things. So that's why that's why we're doing the shadow work this month. And frankly, I can't say enough. We have so much is coming up in us right now, globally, and internally from global things that are going on, that we might as well look at them because we feel it anyway. So we might as well look at it and get rid of it, like for once and for all, Okay, medicine woman, let's see what she has to say. I love it when the medicine woman comes around. We've got medicine woman, we've got feminine wisdom, oracle, Rumi, and then yogic. It's called yogic. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Yogic path. I guess that's a specific philosophy, and I got the deck. It's beautiful. I've never used it. It's never popped up in one of the cards or to be read. So, okay, let's see. Should we split the deck again and see if that works? Okay, I'm going to shuffle one more time. Okay, so let's split the deck and see. I'm going to split it 3 times this time. 1, and I'm putting them down. 2 and 3. Okay, so did any of the cards messages you wanted us to have end up on the bottom of one of these decks? Yes. Okay, what about the one on the right? Yes, the middle one? No, and the one on the left? No. Okay, so the one on the right. Are there any other messages on the deck you want us to have? No. Okay, they're honoring my request for 1 so far. Okay, if they don't want that, they don't have to. Okay, so this is the deck. Let's see what it is. So let's look at the image. Love it. Okay. Number 19, which is a 1 card. So 1 plus 9 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. Spirit of Earth, have faith, you are supported. Okay, so it's just another validation because we are talking about trust you're supported by God. Okay, so let's see if there's any additional messages in here. Number 19. All right, the message. I am the spirit of Earth, Mother Earth, imprinted with the footsteps of her children. Mountain, clearing, or desert, I clothe myself in color to manifest the beauty of life. I am humus, as close to you and your humanity as you can be. It does say hummus, Humus. I am generous and fertile. I am life in which you can lay down or retire in a cave. The plant world takes root inside me, producing sumptuous forests, prodigious orchards, and countless medicinal this card is really challenging me. Medicinal herbs. I provide shelter to the forest people, and minerals and crystals grow in my breast. I am your cardinal principle. Okay, so the guidance, that's kind of what I meant to read, but this, it said message and then guidance. Okay, this card reminds you that you are a daughter of Gaia, our primordial mother. She invites you to plunge your roots into her earth, to ground yourself and manifest your dreams. Support your health with fruit and vegetables from her body. Medicinal plants and clay are powerful allies for you. Perhaps you are having trouble bringing a project to life or finding your rightful place. The spirit of earth in your reading renews your faith. Reconnect with your inner earth, your uterus, the seat of feminine power. You are safe. Okay, trust you're supported by God. Reconnect with your inner earth, your uterus, the seat of your feminine power, whether you're identify as male or not, okay? You are safe. Okay, so what are you going to write down for that? I didn't feel like, woo, I got to write that down. And again, the message of the card is have faith, you are supported. So trust you are supported by God is just like a validation of that message. The spirit of earth is your reading renews your faith. Okay, so she invites you to plunge your roots into her earth, to ground yourself and manifest your dreams. So I'm just going to put for mine, I'm just as a reminder to stay grounded. Okay, so trust your, and just stay grounded during this time. I'm just going to remind myself. Okay, so that's what I'm going to put for that. What are you going to put for that one? Okay, we've got a couple more to go, and then I haven't asked the pendulum yet for messages 5, 6, 7, and 8. So I normally don't record on Fridays. I may pop in here on Friday with this one just because I want to get this out. Okay, this is in this beautiful feminine wisdom. It's quite big box too. Wait till you see the yogic one though. Oh my, it's really big. Okay, feminine oracle wisdom. Feminine wisdom oracle. It's got gold. It's kind of cool. All right. Yeah, the cards are really pretty too. Okay, so this is, again, trust you're supported by God. What messages do you guys want us to have about trust you're supported by God? Okay, I'm going to shuffle this time. All right, so trust. What message do you want us to have from this deck, you guys? I had a flyer. All right, I'm just going with it. Oh, funny. We've had that card recently. I don't know if it was last month doing this, but I can't remember. I do so many of them, I can't remember. But is this the message you want us to have for this deck, Feminine Wisdom? Is there any other in this deck? No. Okay. All right. So it is number 9. Number 9. Does anybody remember seeing this card recently it's funny because that card was also in that reading. I think it was this card right here. That one, I just picked it up. It was when we were preparing for the solar eclipse, I believe. Yeah, I think it was. We got both those cards. That's interesting. Okay, so it is direction, movement towards your desires, and guidance. movement or we're getting a lot of that. Like if you clear up some of this stuff, we're getting a lot of that right now. I feel like every message we've gotten today has been like clear, and then you will have this, you will be rewarded. You will have your desires. You know, it just seems like that's been the overarching message today. And we're supported by God as we're doing it. And frankly, I'm feeling stronger and stronger. Like the more I learn about this stuff with you guys as in the community, all the questions you ask the SGs, that's teaching me so much. The more I'm realizing that the more we do this work, and I'm very thankful I have the time, because I know it's hard when you don't have the time to do it. But the more I do this spiritual work, the more I'll be able to release it going in, you know, when I go to the next realm, and I maybe don't have to come back and deal with the same stuff again, you know? Okay, so direction. You consciously chose the direction of your life. You are open to inner guidance and ready to follow the path that feels right. Whether you are only just beginning or already on your way, hold what you desire in your heart confidently and firmly. Remember that following your life's direction requires focus, patience, and consistency. The affirmation is, the path that scares me the most is the one I need to take. Just saying. Another message about shadow work, I think. The path that scares me the most, you know, the thing that scares me the most is the thing I need to look at, you know? Yeah. Okay. Fun stuff. Fun. All right. But trust you're supported by God when you are doing that. So I'm writing that exact sentence. I'm writing the affirmation down. Okay. The path, I'm going to write the path that scares me the most is the one I need to take. Wow, I really like that saying. I might put that on a sticky note and put it right up there. Okay. All right. I really like that saying. And to know that that falls under trust you're supported by God. I mean, they didn't say Jesus. They didn't say your angels, your spirits. They said God, like trust you're supported by God. So that's pretty powerful. Okay, Rumi. Why 6 decks for this? They wanted us to really focus on, they really did want us to focus on trust you're supported by God, obviously. That's why they gave us 6 decks. So, I mean, 6 is a lot. That's the most I've ever had with. Now, I've only been doing these decoding since March, so March and April now. But that's the most out of all the messages that that many decks. So, I'm never disappointed, honestly, with any deck. So the more we have, it's kind of fun. Okay, so I'm going to tell the guides right now, I'm going to split the deck in 3. So that they can put the one they want at the bottom again, just because this deck is quite big. Look at how big it is. It's hard for me to shuffle it. It's not hard for me to shuffle like I'm doing now, but it's hard for me to shuffle to get the cards. So I'm going to divide. I'll even divide by 4. How about that? Well, no, I told them 3. Okay. I'm going to divide by 3. Okay. All right. So hopefully, is the message under one of these decks? Yes. Is there any other message in the deck you want me to have? No. Okay. So the deck on the right? Yes. The one in the middle? No. The deck on the left? No. Whoops. Are you guys saying yes and no? The deck on the left? No. Okay. All right. So, okay, let's see what this is. Oh, I just see that I'm very strongly seeing the pattern here. Okay. So this one is a 4, so 31. 3 plus 1 is 4. It's pretty. Makes me want to float away with her. Commitment. Commitment. So again, just making a commitment to this work is kind of how I'm hearing it now. Okay, so commitment number 31. 31. Again, this is Rumi. So Rumi was a philosopher from, I believe, the 1800s. Let's see if I can find it real quick. You guys might know more about Rumi. I can't find it real quick, but he's yeah. We should do a Ask the Spirit Guides about Rumi someday. Okay, so Rumi, the awakened heart is like a lantern. Keep it sheltered from the turbulence of the winds of desire. What? Okay, so what's interesting about this, the awakened heart, which is a lot of the messaging we've been getting, is, clear away the fear, look at it, and your heart will be awakened. Basically, your desires will come up. The awakened heart is like a lantern. Keep it sheltered from the turbulence of the winds of desire. So I get the idea of keeping your awakened heart sheltered from the turbulence. I don't know about the winds of desire. That part I can't quite, I'm not quite sure about that one. Okay, I never said I could really read all poetry. Okay, let me see what part of this book I want to read. Okay, there's a lot. It's like 3 pages like this, okay? But I am going to read this one paragraph. When we stop seeing life as it is, showing up for us every moment and engaging with it as it is, we can become careless with the light of the heart. Our huffing and puffing to force what does not need to be forced. I love this because it's like a control, we're always trying to control what's going on and feel bad when we can't control it and all that. So our huffing and puffing to force what does not need to be forced can cause the heart light to flicker and waver. So now that poem that he wrote actually makes more sense to me. This can make our way seem uncertain, and doubts can crowd in upon us as the light is compromised in its purpose. We forget to trust in what is because we get caught up in attachment and fear surrounding our desires. Rather than letting life move us, we try to move life. Ooh, I like that a lot. Rather than letting life. So I'm going to write down, let life move me instead of trying to move life. Or just write down, letting life move us, we try to, rather than letting life move us, we try to move life. That is interesting. Or I'm going to write down, just let life move me. So that's what he means. The awakened heart is like a lantern. Keep it sheltered from the turbulence of the winds of desire. Oh, yeah. Because we're attached to the winds of desire. Like instead of what is, we're attached to where we think it should be, what we think life should be. Huh, that's interesting. We could do a month in the Spirit Circle on just Rumi. Maybe we will sometime if people are interested. Okay, so, because that would be really kind of fascinating. All right, so I am going to put down, I'm going to, because it says, rather than letting life move us, we try to move life. So I am going to just kind of reverse it a little bit for my book. And I'm going to put, let life move me. So I'm going to say, let life move you. I'm going to put you. Let life move you instead of trying to move life. And you know how I said why I decided to do shadow work in the Spirit Circle? That's exactly what I've been doing. And I've been fortunate to be able to do it at this time of my life because I don't have a boss or anything like that. So I'm just like literally letting life move me. And that's how I'm making decisions about things. So it's really rewarding when you have a space to do that. So I'm letting life move you instead of trying to move life. So I'm just kind of going with where I'm led to go, you know? And I'm not saying I'm perfect at doing that and doing that all the time, but it is kind of a cool way to do it. Now, the card was commitment. So if you want to write down commitment to, like commitment to whatever, you know, you've been putting down. Okay. All right. We have one more. Are you hanging in there with me? Anybody still here? Anybody still here? This is a long one. All right. Yogic path. Look at this box, you guys. So this is roomy, which I just told you, and feminine. Look at how big this is. And then this is the feminine wisdom oracle, which is big too. Look at how big. Isn't that nuts? Okay. So this actually, oh my gosh. This is actually like a cover, a sleeve. So this is the book. Oh, it's not a book, but this is, and I love the boxes that have that magnet in there. I just think it's so rewarding. And then this book is like ginormous. Look at that thing. Okay. All right. So basically it's this box which houses the cards. Okay. It's just, I could probably take the cards out, but I like leaving it all together. Okay. And I'm using this color. Look at that. All right. Pretty. I think this might use language, though, that's really new to me. So I don't know. We'll see if I can even pronounce any of it. I might just have to show it to you. I remember looking at it one time and I was like, what? You know, I sometimes have a hard time with words anyways. And then these are like words that it's just a different language on this deck. So we'll see. We'll see. Okay, you guys, I'm going to talk to the spirit guys. I'm going to split the deck in 3 again. So if you can, I'm going to shuffle a couple more times. And then if you could make sure that I select which one you want. And this is the last card for trust. You're supported by God. Trust you're supported by God. Okay. All right. It's kind of stiff because I haven't used it. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and split here. Okay. So let's see if we got it. All right. Did we get the message you wanted us to have for trust you're supported by God? Yes. Okay. Any others in the deck you want us to have? Nope. Okay. Let's start with the one on the left. You want us to use that message? Yes. The one in the middle? No. And the one on the right? No. Okay. All right. Here's the last one. Again, thanks for hanging out with me, because I know this was a longer one, but hopefully it's helpful. I'd be doing it on my own anyways, so if, 5 people are still here, that's awesome. I appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out with me. This is really a really pretty deck. It's got all that foil on there. That's really pretty. Okay, let's hope that I can say this. No, pretty much can't. Okay, ooh, boy. Okay. I know somebody in the community a while ago when I pulled this deck and said that when I showed that I bought it, they were like an expert in that. So you go ahead and read that. I mean, I could try to guess, but I'm just not going to. It'll just ruin the moment. So what do you see? It's kind of interesting. It's a little dark. Seems a little dark to me. But maybe not. I don't know. Okay, so let's see what this is all about. I mean, I think this is like a deck that I need to spend time like studying a little bit. But they wanted me to pull it today, and maybe this is just to get me started with it. Okay, so let's see. Oh, it's a deity. So this one's a deity. So 113, if you know what that means. This is, again, not an expert, not even close. Number 13, it's on page 113. Okay. So this was upright. So they do have an upright and reversed. So this is Goddess of Radical Self-Transcendence. That's the Goddess of Radical Self-Transcendence. You are waking up and experiencing the radical pleasures of letting go. Oh my gosh. Wasn't the last message just like let life move you instead of you trying to move life? That's like the ultimate of letting go, right? So you are waking up and experiencing the radical pleasures of letting go. The headless goddess has come to guide you in this massive state of transformation as you turn passion into spiritual energy. Very cool. Kundalini, Kundalini primal energy. I always wonder what Kundalini meant. Is rising, and you have given up a role you once carried to step up more fully into your power. Don't feel fear in this state of transition. The gift that this goddess brings is to transmute the darkest of times, shadow work, into the most powerful of energies. Carry her fierceness as you tear off a former head you once had and experience the inner peace that comes with being divinely yourself. Unbelievable. It's just so unbelievable because everything is just like matching up this month for me of what, things we're talking about. So it's, if you're following along, so. All right, very cool. What am I going to write down? You're probably wondering, what am I going to write down? I was about to close out there. 113. Okay, so I am going to write down, this is a result for me. Again, is trusting you're supported by God. Result of shadow work is what I'm going to write because that just seems so loud and clear for me. Is... Let's see. I kind of really like, I don't know, I kind of like this whole saying. I don't have enough room to write it all. Kundalini, primal energy is rising, and you have given up a role you once carried to step up more fully into your power. So I'm going to put up, so the result of shadow work is stepping up more fully in your power. And the gift is to transmute the darkest of times into the most powerful of energies. That's cool. Carry her fierceness as you tear off a former head you once had, like you carried it around, right? And experience the inner peace. So I'm going to put down inner peace as well. I mean, that's, can't ask for more than that. Inner peace that comes with being divinely yourself. Comes with being divinely yourself. All right, amazing. I loved it. Hope you had a good time. I will see you again for messages 5 and 6 in a couple days. All right, have a good one. Bye-bye.